Hello, you wonderful human being. It's taken me a while to do this, stand behind a camera and share with you. Normally it's done via email, my newsletter, as you know, and to put it as it is, I know I've been afraid to do what I do right now, worrying about, is my English really good enough? I'm born and raised in Denmark, and would you be able to understand what I'm trying to tell you? But as you probably also know, courage is often defined as being afraid of something and then still doing it. So here I am. Shortly, I just want to tell you my story of how I was presented to the world of dreams, our unconscious intelligence, because I have, to put it mildly, not felt about dreams the way I do now for, most of my life really, up until my late 20s. I was at the end of my 20s. Today I'm 44. Back then I had just come out of a relationship, a love relationship, and I was really sad, felt really lonely, and my self-confidence was really low, and for quite many years during my 20s that's really been my feeling, a pattern for me, a feeling of loneliness and low feelings of self-worth. And to put it as it is, I ended up seeing a psychologist. And as you might know, I'm trained at Copenhagen Business School, so I used to work in the pharmaceutical industry with leadership in sales and marketing. Quite different from what I do now. It's just to say that, that was where I was in my life when I started seeing this psychologist. That was the world I was in. And he asked me one of the very first times I was there, so Michael, do you dream at night? And what do you dream about? And I was like, dreams? I'm not dreaming. And dreams, aren't they just a lot of mumbo jumbo? I'm sitting here, I'm having a very hard time. I don't see why we should be talking about my dreams. So I was very skeptical. I didn't think I was dreaming, actually. I couldn't recall my dreams, in other words. As you should know by now, we all dream 2 hours every night. Anyway, that was where it all started. And I felt so bad and sad at the time that I figured, hey, if this is my way out of this miserable life of mine, I'll give it a shot. And I ended up basically going and walking around for 2 days saying, I want to recall my dreams. When I wake up, I want to recall my dreams. And I really meant it because, as I said, I was very desperate. After 2 days, I woke up with a small element of a dream fresh in my memory. And to me, that was a huge revelation. Wow, I'm actually dreaming. And of course, also a big revelation, the discovery that, by tuning in on this thing inside me, my unconscious intelligence, the subconscious, there was suddenly contact by just tuning in, and suddenly I could actually recall my dreams. Huge revelation. And major revelation, of course, came when we then started talking about the content of my dreams and what they were actually conveying about me and why I was having a hard time, why I couldn't always, point fingers at others like my parents or at the girlfriend I was with, of how she was not the right one for me, all that stuff, pointing at other people. I ended up discovering that I should also point at myself and look inside in terms of figuring out how I contribute, mostly unconsciously, to the way I felt at that time. So that's where it all started, and it's been a longer journey for me of actually getting to a point where I started to speak openly about it. Back then I also had this feeling, this huge epiphany, like, wow, why aren't more people doing this? This is a huge gift for mankind. This is the Holy Grail. And it truly is, I truly believe, contact to our dreams, that the dreams is where your Holy Grail is hiding, because as you might know, the Holy Grail is not to be found outside yourself in some cave or something like that. It is to be found inside, and your dreams really is a direct channel to finding your Holy Grail, your inner guidance, your inner life GPS, if you want. And I would love for to also share with you how you can do that. I would love to help you recall your dreams, to understand them, so that you could fully utilize and access your unconscious intelligence. My question to you though would be, I've made a couple of books in Danish. They're in translation right now. I have made an online course in Danish, and my idea is to do the same in English. Books, of course, being translated, but I would also love to make an online course, a setup idea by now, where you would have modules spread out over, let's say, 6 weeks or so, and every week you would receive a new video helping you first to recall your dreams, then to document them, knowing what to be careful of when you document them, actually recording them. I would recommend that, recording them on your on some kind of dictaphone, whether it's your smartphone or a traditional dictaphone, and then of course the major element: how do you work with, how do you understand your dreams, so that you get the most out of them, so that you get to live the life that is your life, that you access the huge amounts of self-insight that is hidden in your dreams, so that you start shining the way you deserve to shine in your life. So I would love for you to answer this email in terms of, I would love for you to make that online course, Michael, and I have these ideas for you. It should definitely contain this and that, or maybe ideas for the setup. Basically, you don't have to come with ideas. You could also just say, hey, I would love for you to make that online course, Michael. But if you have ideas, suggestions, you can add them in there as well. So until the next video /newsletter, all the best to you.